This is a car. This is not a car. And this filler primer was designed for a car.
But what will happen when I shoot this wooden guitar body with it? Am I about to waste my money? Am I about to waste my time? And make a big mess in the process? There's a very good chance I'm going to ruin one or both of these cameras. Hope not. I decided to do a little bit of masking right in here because I don't want a bunch of primer building up, thereby changing the neck angle. So I just it doesn't have to be perfect, and I can sand it off. But I'm going to mask right here. Also, I'm going to hang with a copper wire. It gives it some rigidity so that it won't get to spinning around. It's not too windy today, but it is Texas.
Well, I selected the corner of the backyard fence here, and I'm going to hang some drop cloths that I've had for, I don't know, since the time of Moses. And I'm going to hang them up to protect the fence from any overspray. And then we're going to pop out our paint tent and show you where we're going to hang up the guitar. Boing. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I thought so. But let's see how it works.
Alrighty, well, here we go. We've got the paint booth set up. I've protected, I had to change tables because that other one was not big enough. I've got some heavy old bricks that'll keep this thing from moving around. And up inside, there's our hook. Time to hang the guitar body. All right, well, here we are. Respirator, here's our product. We'll begin shaking it in a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and glove up, and we're gonna give this one last wipe down. Should be good because we did it. I did it upstairs before I brought this down. The good news is in the last 5 minutes or so, the wind, which was not supposed to be brisk today, has really died down. So that's just going to help this tent not turn into a parachute. All right, so the idea is going to be we're going to spray this in coats across. In other words, we're not going to start here, we're going to start outside the guitar body and sweep across. It'll take many coats, very light. It's not going to cover it first. All right, so here we go. I'm going to get my PPE on here. It's pretty warm out here today. Okay, so you can hear now I've got my breathing apparatus on. Put on my hat. Okay, like I said before, there's a pretty good chance I was worried about my cameras, as I said before, but if the wind stays like it is now, we shouldn't get any blowback. There's a vent right down here that supposedly will direct the overspray out and onto my barrier that I have protecting the fence. I'm also in a corner back here, so hoping that will. All right, so according to the instructions, we need to shake this a lot. Let's see here. Shake it for 1 full minute after the mixing bowl moves freely. I hear no mixing bowl. That's 1 minute. Here we go. All right. Let me turn this so that and here we go. And it's not spraying.
That's right. It's not spraying. You've got to be kidding me.
All right, so this spray can is defective. The pin was messed up that depresses and releases the paint. I've tried to alter it. It sprays. We're going to try it, but I don't know that it's going to coat very well. So we're going to give it a try here and see what happens. Yeah, so as you can see, it's not working. So I'm frustrated. Well, a few things are as frustrating as this. I went to all the trouble to set this up, and now I have no primer to use. This can, defective, which is disappointing because of course it's non-returnable and it does not spray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to town and see if I can find, I had to order this because I couldn't find it anywhere nearby. I may try to go and find some today in town, and if I can, I'll come back and finish with the video today. But since we're doing this as we go, none of this is fake. You know, we've got this situation here, so.
Foster parent needs a little encouragement. All right, so this is the product I picked up. It's a different brand, but it's the same kind of thing. They didn't have the other one, and frankly, I wasn't excited about buying it anyway. But my day's about to get a lot better. I'm going to break for one of these and reset with the new can.
All right, so as we said before, here's our new product. We're going to shake it up. It has a more conventional spout. I'm going to hope that this works. PPE time. Sorry I got a little frustrated earlier, but I was thinking on my way to get my spray paint and hamburger that my friend Doug always tells me I'm a can-doer. And so, if you're watching, bud, I was inspired by that. Thanks. All right, so fresh gloves and Darth Vader mask. Oh man, should have put that in the shade. It's hot in there. Okay. Hat back on. Now we're going to shake this rigorously for a while. And here we go. Don't want to have any wet spots. In here. All right, so now we're going to do the back. Flip her around. It's hard to keep it from twirling around. It's covering really nice. It's funny, the Duplicolor people were bragging about their nozzle and how, oh yes, this makes the droplets very fine, gives you the best quality coat. And like, yeah, I'm sure it was fabulous if it worked. Now that we're actually doing this, once the primer is done and set, we're going to sand it with really fine grit, probably 600 or finer sandpaper, to give it a very smooth finish. Yeah, I love this. Stuff is great. Covers very nice. No drips, no hits, no errors. Now there's a little drip right here because I'm in too close. I have a tendency to get closer as I spray. I don't know why that is. It's just a tendency. I think a lot of people do. Bit of a mess. Right now, we're going to have to get the bottom. And so to do that, I'm going to have to touch. Can't be afraid to touch it. See, I'm way too close. I'm causing some drips. We'll sand that off. Don't worry. Fear not. Okay. We're going to let this dry real good, and then we're going to come back, do another coat. Probably we'll use the whole can. Why not, right? Won't be any good after it dries up anyway. So dry time. I like this product. U-Pol. So far it seems to be great. Based on more than the fact that it actually sprays. Unlike this one. It's actually good stuff. Now you can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, there's some minor imperfections here. You can see a little bit of my sanding wasn't perfect on the epoxy. But that's the great thing about this primer, is we build up layers of it. We're going to be able to sand a lot of that smooth. This sandpaper is so fine that it's almost a polishing effect. This is going to prepare that surface and get it just right for the paint. By the way, you definitely want to wear a respirator when you're using this. It's not good to breathe. It's nice to know that I've got this protection. The problem with inhaling some of this stuff, if you think, is this stuff will get into your body and it will harden. And that's not a good thing. There's all kinds of things that can happen. Consult your doctor if you want more details, but wear a respirator. These are cheap. You can get them at Harbor Freight and get them anywhere. They're not expensive. They're not all that uncomfortable. And your lungs, you only got 2 of them. Can is empty. All right, well, we're going to leave it hanging and drying here in the tent for some time. Let the breeze flow around it. Probably leave it out here for an hour. And then we'll go ahead and sand it next time. It's basically not going to be much to that. We're basically going to sand it with 600 grit sandpaper by hand. The whole thing will be done with a hand block or hand paper, very carefully polishing those little edges and ridges that we might have missed before. Now obviously it's too late to do any major work. I'm hoping that there's nothing major, but you know, little tiny things that the primer showed up, we can smooth those down. Shouldn't be a big deal at all. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out, even though it, you know, took a false start to get it going. Disappointed that the Duplicolor can was damaged. I would have liked to have seen what that product did, but you know what? I can't imagine it being much better than that. It really, really looks good. So next time we'll get it sanded down and it'll be time for that blue paint. Thanks for joining us on the Guitar Foster Parent. We'll see you next time. Bye.